Hopefully everybody's had a great time here at the event, going to some of the different birds of a feather, not birds of prey, birds of a feather, kind of, getting involved with the discussions, getting a better understanding, also going to a lot of the events here at O3DCon, some of the amazing things they're doing with like landscape, with AI. I've heard some feedback that in some of these events, a perfect example where somebody was showing how they did an AI system inside of a shader. And even some of the engineers who have worked on this for 4, 5, 6 years are like, what in the world? And you just look at them, they have this grin on their face, like, we would have never seen this before. There's no way this just comes out of the blue. That's the magic of open source. You really don't know what's going to happen. You don't know where somebody's going to have this amazing idea or where a new advanced way of accomplishing something will happen. And we're already seeing that in a lot of different ways. So that's the big part of open source, and what we're doing here at O3DCon is kind of fostering those type of things, getting people to just explode their imagination, and it just comes from anywhere and everywhere. So for that, I'd say I'm absolutely just I'm more than pleased to see what we've been able to do in the short period that we've been here. The other part about this is with open source, a lot of people think that open source, for me to contribute, I have to bring a coder. I've got to bring code. That's not the case. I've actually had people who came in that said, look, I want to learn how to get PM experience. I want to learn how do I work with open source and work with a company, because more companies are working with open source. How do I get that? And so I've been able to take some of those people, and they are active PMs that are in our community that make a huge impact. Their contributions, we don't measure them in GitHub, but we measure them in projects. And they have a massive impact because there are things that help this move faster. And so we're growing in a lot of different ways. People who can contribute to documentation, people who can contribute by videos, by gems, by management, really by conversation. Hey, I have these great ideas. If you're a part of this community in any way in open source, you are a part of it. You are a contributor, and you are a major, major impact on how these things grow. So don't ever think that you can't or you shouldn't or that you're not qualified. I can tell you that you would be really hard-pressed to find somebody who is underqualified or overqualified in open source, because there's always something available for someone to do within a project. So the other parts of what we've got here with O3DCon is that really coming in and seeing everybody face to face. Isn't it wonderful that we're not contained inside of a box this big? And we know you're all wearing shorts. Okay? There's nobody wearing pants to any of these events. And if you are, yeah, whatever. But it's great to actually see people face to face, to see their expressions, to see them moving. It's body language is everything, when you're having a conversation, because that's the other half of the conversation. You get to enjoy their company. You get to go back and think about it. So these kind of events, it's all about the people that you talk with and the interactions and the ideas. And so as you head back home tomorrow or tonight or whenever it is, think about some of these conversations. Think about how you can get more involved in open source. Think about the relationships that you've made and how they can grow. So just a few points of thought. So we have a lot of different speakers that we have coming to the event today. We have a whole handful for today as well. And so with that, I'd actually like to get started up.